the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
61st IB and Antique government distribute financial aid to former rebels. Vice President Sara Duterte urges Filipinos to stand united against terrorism. DSWD moves 4-piece beneficiaries' accounts to e-wallets for easier access. Number of students affected by Taal volcano smog in regions 4A, 4B, and NCR reaches 3.5 million. Good day everyone, as well to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo, Quezon City. Today is Thursday, August 22, and we'll bring you the latest news from the armed forces and other information around the Philippines. I am Ralph Suzon for AFP Community News.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For the brief overview of our stories, the 61st Infantry Battalion facilitated the distribution of financial aid to former rebels at the governor's office in San Jose, Antique. In partnership with the provincial government of Antique, they personally delivered the assistance, which included immediate cash and rice to alias Jumi and alias Steph. This initiative supports the government's ongoing reintegration program, emphasizing the commitment to peace and stability in the region.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Vice President Sara Duterte called on Filipinos to stand firm against terrorism in her message for the International Day of Remembrance and Tribute to Victims of Terrorism yesterday. She emphasized the nation's responsibility to combat terrorism and urged the unity in building a strong and peaceful community free from terror threats. Vice President Sara Duterte also reminded the public to honor the victims by remaining vigilant and united against the forces that threaten freedom and peace.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more updates from Shai about AFP welcomes a new J10 Deputy Chief.
Yes, good afternoon. The Armed Forces of the Philippines welcomed the new Deputy Chief of Staff for Financial Management, J10, in a joint ceremony in General Headquarters. Presided over by Lieutenant General Charlton Sean M. Garlan, the event marked the retirement of Major General Rolando N. Iruna and the appointment of Brigadier General Francis Anthony M. Coronel. It celebrated the outgoing chief's 34 years of distinguished service and set the stage for the new chief to lead with integrity and efficiency in the AFP's financial management. Moreover, Lieutenant General Garlan expressed confidence that Brigadier General Coronel's extensive experience and capable team will enable him to overcome the challenges of his new role with flying colors. This is Shai reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Shai.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, the Department of Social Welfare Development is transitioning Pantawid Pamilya Pilipino program beneficiaries' accounts from basic deposit accounts to e-wallets. According to DSWD Secretary Rex Gatchalian, it aims to improve access, especially for those in remote areas. He also stated that partnerships with GCash, Maya, and other e-wallet providers are underway, along with nationwide roadshows to facilitate the shift. Concerns over scams and lack of cell phones among beneficiaries are being addressed through financial literacy programs and efforts to provide basic or second-hand phones with the help of the private sector.
DWDD National News.
Volcanic smog from Taal volcano has impacted 3.5 million students across regions 4A, Region 4B, and the National Capital Region. According to the Department of Education, nearly 3,000 schools in 27 divisions are affected. In Laguna, 345 schools have suspended face-to-face classes, while 302 schools in Rizal are using alternative delivery methods like modular and online classes. PVOX continues to monitor the Taal volcano, which remains under alert level 1.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
From First CRG, let's hear some information from Joanne about former rebels received 265,000 pesos cash and food support from Ilocos Sur.
53 former rebels under the care of the 50th Infantry Defender Battalion of the 5th Infantry Division Philippine Army received 5,000 pesos each and assorted food packs from the province of Ilocos Sur during the Kumustahan with former rebels held in Barangay Taleb, Bantay, Ilocos Sur on August 16, 2024. The province of Ilocos Sur emphasized that supporting these former rebels is crucial in fostering lasting peace and development in the community and assured the 5th Infantry Division Philippine Army of continuous collaboration in taking significant steps towards ending insurgency in the province. These initiatives underscore the whole-of-nation approach to addressing insurgency and the government's commitment to peace building and the reintegration of former rebels. This is Joan Sagao reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Joanne.
DWDD National News.
The Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board has reminded the students of their right to a 20% fare discount on public transportation applicable every day of the week with a valid student ID or certificate of enrollment. Under the Republic Act number 11314, students from elementary through college can receive discounts on public utility buses, jeepneys, taxis, and other public vehicles. However, discounts do not apply to those enrolled in postgraduate courses or informal short courses. Violations by drivers or conductors will result in license suspension and fines. Students denied discounts should report the issue to the LTFRB's Public Assistance and Complaints Desk.
DWDD National News.
Almost 1,000 overseas Filipino workers are seeking immediate repatriation in Lebanon due to the escalating tensions between Israeli and Hezbollah forces. According to Migrant Workers Secretary Hans Kakda, 45 OFWs declared readiness to go home. 15 returned from Lebanon over the weekend, and another batch of 45 is set to arrive later this week. Kakdak added that the agency continues to monitor the situation and crisis plans are in place and ready to be implemented in case the situation worsens. The Philippine government already imposed the total ban on the deployment of OFWs to Lebanon.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
On the other line, let's hear from Amy about national government proposes 43% increase in 2025 special purpose funds.
Yes, Rof, the national government has proposed a 43.2% increase in 2025 budget for special purpose funds, raising the allocation to 721.338 billion, primarily due to a significant boost in the miscellaneous personnel and benefits fund. The proposal presented by the Department of Budget and Management during a Senate budget hearing reflects increased funding for government compensation adjustments, staffing modifications, and unfilled positions. Despite the overall rise, allocations for local government units and budgetary support to government corporations were reduced. This is Amir reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Yes, Rup, despite being understaffed.
Thank you, Amy.
DWDD National News.
The Commission on Elections assured the public that the purchase of new and modern vote counting machines will decrease the vote buying incidents during the election period. Common Chairperson George Erwin Garcia said that the use of VZMs will have a centralized and unified data center that would show instant results in every precinct. The purchase of the said machines is part of the budget allocation of the agency, and one of its key features is a 14-inch viewing screen that shows all the ballots cast by the voters. The procurement of the VCMs is in line with the agency's mission to enhance the democracy through modern technology.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Health Caraga region announced that the area is now on epidemic threshold due to the continuous rise of dengue cases. According to Dr. Dayohara Apari, the head of the DOH-13 Health Program Support Team, the agency recorded 7,122 reported dengue cases in the region from January 1 to August 17 this year. Apari added that the said number is 144% higher compared to the dengue cases recorded in the same period last year. DOH-13 urged the public to follow the measures to prevent the spread of dengue and protect their families and communities.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
And for other updates, let us hear the details about Pival Butuan continues serving veterans despite workforce shortage. Go ahead, Jay.
Yes, Rup. Despite being understaffed, the Philippine Veterans Affairs Office in Butuan City remains committed in serving the city's 3,222 veterans. Assistant Financial Claims Examiner Dulce Vida Santa Iglesia highlighted their dedication in providing essential benefits and services, including pensions, medical care, and education assistance. The office, with only 2 staff members, continue to meet the growing needs of local veterans, coordinating with the city government to enhance support such as additional mortuary assistance and annual cash gift. And this is Jay Guarincaño reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines. Yes, Rup, despite being...
Thank you, Jay.
DWDD National News.
Moving on to another story, the personnel from Bureau of Animal Industry intercepted a truck carrying 30 African swine fever infected hogs at a checkpoint in Quezon City. According to the Department of Agriculture, the said personnel are manning a checkpoint along Mindanao Avenue and immediately conducted blood tests on the pigs. After the test, the infected hogs were terminated and buried at the central burial site. Concerned department and agencies are intensifying its checkpoints in Metro Manila to intercept the transport of infected animals.
DWDD National News.
National Bureau of Investigation caught and arrested an individual posing as a secretary under the Office of the President. Based from the report of NBI Director Jaime Santiago, the Land Transportation Office coordinated with the Bureau after a Juanito Tandeveira went to the LTO National Capital Region Field Office and applied for a special license plate. De Vera reportedly introduced himself as a secretary under the Office of the President and also gave a business card saying he heads the administration's Committee on Flagship Programs. Criminal cases of usurpation of authority under Article 177 of the Revised Penal Code were filed against De Vera, who was arrested in Quezon City.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
And now let's hear a report of the ground about global leaders convene in Manila for 2024 Disaster Risk Reduction Conference. Go on for the details, Jai Simbahon.
Off the media launch of the 8th Interagency Committee meeting for the 2024 Asia-Pacific Ministerial Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction took place this morning at the Philippine International Convention Center in Pasay City. The conference, set for October 14 to 18, 2024 in Manila, is a biennial event organized by United Nations Office for the Disaster Risk Reduction. Global leaders and experts will discuss disaster risk reduction solutions and promote cooperation in implementing the Sendai framework across the Asia-Pacific region. Invited officials include Department of Environment and Natural Resources Secretary Maria Antonio Yolo Loizaga, Department of National Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro, and Presidential Communications Office Secretary Sheroy Garafil. This is Jai reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jai Simbahon.
DWDD National News.
For other development story, Marikina 2nd District Representative Stella Kimbo lauded the Department of Labor and Employment for its contribution in reducing the country's unemployment rate and strengthening the Philippine economy. According to Kimbo, the decrease of unemployment from 4.5% last June 2023 to 3.1% last June this year is a testament of DOLE's effective implementation of programs for the labor sector. The representative also praised the DOLE's Tulong Panghanap Buhay sa Ating Disadvantaged Displaced Workers or the TUPAD program, that provided emergency employment to 6.55 million displaced and disadvantaged workers from June 2022 to July 2024. However, Kimbo said the mentioned numbers are important, but it's more important that these programs are bringing changes among communities.
DWDD National News.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. vowed to expose all individuals who helped dismissed Bamban Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo escape. According to President Marcos, heads would roll over the reported escape of the said politician and said a full-scale investigation is underway. He made it clear that the government will expose the people behind the said escape and have betrayed the people's trust and aided in her flight. Last Monday, Senator Risa Hontiveros announced that Guo had already left the country using her Philippine passport.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
We have a report coming in about Ismincom chief highlights conflict transformation in anti-terrorism campaign. Go on for the details, Beth Daniete.
Eastern Mindanao Command Commander Lieutenant General Luis Rix D. Vergante highlighted the importance of conflict transformation and genuine reconciliation and combating terrorism during this visit to frontline units. He emphasized the need to address terrorism root causes of build resilient communities to achieve lasting peace in Eastern Mindanao. Moreover, the visit also focused on the boosting operational readiness and engaging with the troops through strategic discussion and a talk to the troops session. This is Betanieti reporting for the AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Beth Daniete.
DWDD National News.
For other national news, Budget Secretary Amena Pangandaman is against the reviving of online cockfighting or e-sabong. According to Pangandaman, the e-sabong is not part of revenue assumptions under next year's National Expenditure Program. Following the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation's statement of implementing better e-sabong operations, Pangandaman said even Finance Secretary Ralph Recto is not also in favor of reviving e-sabong. Some senators also opposed the said revival and mentioned that this is worse than Philippine offshore gaming operations.
DWDD National News.
Lawmakers passed a third and final reading a bill providing cheaper and more accessible internet for all. The House Bill 10699, also known as Sana All May Internet Act, was unanimously approved by lawmakers with a vote of 203. House Bill 10699 aims to eliminate the spectrum users fee that telecommunications currently pay to the national government regulator for the use of specific frequencies. Under the bill, the Department of Information and Communications Technology and the National Telecommunications Commission shall be prohibited from imposing a levy, charge, or collecting fees from the telecommunications for their use of the specified Wi-Fi frequencies.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
An update from Congress. Let us hear from Terence about House suspends the DICT budget hearing.
The House Committee on Appropriations, chaired by ACO Bicol Party List Representative Elizalde Co., yesterday suspended the briefing for the 9.2 billion peso proposed budget with the Department of Information and Communications Technology for 2025 after confirming the absence of DICT Secretary Ivan Uy and Privacy Commissioner and National Privacy Commission NPC Chairman John Neri Naga. Oy's absence was attributed to a respiratory tract infection while Naga's attending the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Senior Officials meeting in Lima, Peru. The absence of these key officials elicited concern among the House members who stressed the necessity of their participation in the hearing. Again, the Oro Representative Rufus Rodriguez objected to the suspension, urging the briefing to proceed, citing the importance of moving forward with the discussions to avoid further delays. but the motion to suspend had already been seconded as the presence of both OE and Naga was deemed necessary for the budget review of the ITC's budget proposal. Given the circumstances, the committee decided to defer the briefing until next week pending further notice. This is Terence Mordeno Grana reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Terence.
DWDD National News.
The House of Representatives approved on the third and final reading a bill exempting the Filipino athletes and their coaches from paying taxes on the incentives, rewards, bonuses, and other forms of emoluments they have received for winning medals in international competitions. Once the House Bill 10723 is signed and enacted into law by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., it would amend the Republic Act 10699 or the National Athletes and Coaches Benefits and Incentives Act. The said measure also exempts donations used for the preparation of national athletes a year before the tournament. Under the bill, donors may avail of the tax exemption within 1 year before the competition entered into by the concerned athlete and coach and within 3 months after the international tournament.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that's all for today's broadcast. Thank you for joining us, especially to our audience in our Facebook page, AFP Radio DWDD. Don't forget to tune in next week for more updates, same time and same station. Again, this is Rob Susan for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.